A family were on their way to visit relatives when they were hit by an oncoming car on a steep mountain road in lashing rain. The dad was with the mom in front, while the son on the back seat. The dad's left leg landed on top of the other, dislocating his hip bone. His immediate fear was that he would pass on, but his worst where was Junior. But who believes in God? Who has faith? The dad, Senor Neymar Santos Sr., glanced to his wife Nadine da Silva. He prayed. He prayed as he thought that the force of the impact had thrown his son out of the car. He was wrong, and God is good, because 20 years later, his prince would become the Golden Ball, scoring his 100th goal as a professional football player. But why is he the prince who never became a king? Neymar da Silva Santos Jr. had not only inherited his name but also the genes of football from his father, Neymar Santos Sr., who was a professional footballer when he was born. He was born in the industrial city of Mogi das Cruzes, Sao Paulo, Brazil, to mother Nadine da Silva with a Christian upbringing. Neymar loved futsal growing up, and by this I'm talking at least 6 years old. He combined futsal with street football, helping him develop his technique, speed of thought, and ability to perform moves in tight places. In 1998, at the age of 6, Neymar Jr. was spotted by Bettino dos Santos, a talent scout for the club Santos, and who had discovered another Brazil star, Robinho. See, Neymar and his family had moved to a bigger house in Jardim Gloria, a district in the poorer city of Praia Grande, after the birth of his sister, Rafaela. The home was within reach of Santos, the Brazilian club made world famous by Pele, and where the youngster, first known as Juninho, would start his own career. While his family was anything but wealthy, Neymar Jr.'s house was properly built, not a shack like those of many of his school friends. While other kids were lucky to have toys, he had 50 footballs in his home collection at age 14. He even had a video game, which was a dream for most of his neighbors. Okay, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's retract. So, Bettino, the scout, said in an interview, "I saw that kid running around and he caught my attention. He already had agility and coordination. Of course, he was very, very thin too. Then he started doing some tricks with the ball, tricks that a normal kid would never do. I was shocked." Bettino saw Neymar had the Brazilian football swagger even at that age and began taking him to play futsal, which is Brazil's brand of indoor soccer that puts a premium on technical skills. His amazing dribbling and shooting abilities gave Juninho a spot in the club. He later became Neymar Jr. after signing his first contract at 12, a move that made Barcelona and Real Madrid start to take a close interest em Neymar Jr.
Soube que não está vindo treinar e ele já está na Espanha a convite lá do Real Madrid para que ele possa fazer alguns treinamentos num período de avaliação. E não de forma nenhuma, e de uma forma corajosa, né, ousada, né? Eu cheguei e falei assim, eu vou cobrir esse valor. Ele olhou para mim, os meus diretores, até o Zito, né, olharam e disseram, não, presidente, o senhor tem certeza? Eu falei, não, eu tenho certeza. Outra coisa, criar categorias de base no futsal que nós não tínhamos pela idade do Neymar. Falei, não, eu não vou criar. São despesas, Zito, é muita despesa que eu vou ter. Presidente, tem que criar a categoria porque eu vou montar uma geração com este menino que vai dar realmente sucesso ao Santos. E nós nos atrevemos, criamos essa categoria que o Santos não dispunha no futsal. Então o Neymar praticamente foi o pioneiro no futsal de um início para o Santos Futebol Clube.
Although there was no youth team young enough for the 11-year-old Neymar Jr., a team was created from scratch to accommodate the outstanding skills of the Prince of Football. So here he was with a seat at the table among icons of the game, following in the footsteps of Pele, who started his own career at Santos FC. Neymar made his professional debut for the club in 2009 and lived up to the hype by earning the league's Best Young Player award. He emerged as a full-blown star in 2010, helping Santos claim the league and Copa do Brasil championships and root the first of 3 straight scoring titles and 4 straight Player of the Year awards. All this being televised in the Copa de Tribuna, a Brazilian local football television. He had become influential, especially with the younger generation, as noted by his mohawk-style haircut, which quickly became popular among young fans, even here in Africa. Santos rejected a €12 million bid from West Ham and a €20 million bid from Chelsea. Neymar felt that it had been a right decision to stay in Brazil, despite his dream to play in Europe. In 2011, the flashy forward produced what will be voted the FIFA Goal of the Year and led Santos to its first Copa Libertadores championship in 48 years. With fame comes both fans and critics, and for Neymar, a celeb now, he was in a few controversies even after, and it's important for me to mention this for the fans, even after 11 goals, 7 assists in 8 matches in the Cup of Brazil. He was the wonder kid. So here he was, the poster boy of Brazilian football, and another guy comes and says, "We are creating a monster," probably enhanced, totally uncalled for. His ego reared its head when Neymar, who did paradinha, a move that included stopping mid-track while scoring penalties. The move was later banned by FIFA, and Neymar had to be called out by his coach during a game. He cast his coach out like and I quote, "little spoilt brat." He apologized for it later with 43 goals, 10 assists, 63 matches. They forgive, we forget. Right? With his teammates, Neymar got into murky water when he went to play volley football. Before a game, his teammates were pissed that he wouldn't perform as well. Won't he be tired? Okay, so hear this. Neymar went on to score 4 goals, beating the other team and shutting up his teammates. It was the true definition of "I can do this in my sleep." That was something. He also got scolded by the media for fathering a son out of wedlock. I guess he was 19. I feel that was a non-issue, Anyways, do not poke a sleeping bear. Neymar not only whooped Bolívar, the team, 8-0. 8 effing nil. Brav. Samating in it. 20 goals, 8 assists, 18 matches later, he had scored 74% of goals scored by Santos the entire season and closing 2012 with a bang. Neymar scored his 100th professional goal on his 20th birthday, and finished the year with a career best total of 43. That year, Santos also won its 3rd straight league title. In 2013, Neymar became the first Brazilian athlete to grace the cover of Time with his appearance. And then, the Wonder Kid silenced a share of his critics by leading Brazil to victory in the 2013 Confederations Cup, indicating his readiness to shoulder big expectations on the world stage. And I rest my case. Neymar was on top of his game, literally. He had won the Golden Ball. was one of the 3 finalists of 2012 FIFA Puskas Award, won the 2012 South American Footballer of the Year, winning it ahead of the likes of Ronaldinho. All good things must come to an end though. So ahead of his last match for Santos, on 26th May against Flamengo, Neymar was in tears during the national anthem. There was no more speculation. Neymar Jr. was leaving for Europe to play for a big club like Barcelona. Neymar had signed a 5-year deal with Barcelona, and after passing medical tests, was presented at the cup. He started off on the wrong foot because in Jan 2014, the prosecutor's office in Madrid began investigating the transfer fee that Barca had paid for Neymar. The details of the transfer were revealed by Barcelona. The transfer had in fact cost them care. Despite all that, Neymar Jr. wasted no time to make an impact at the Camp Nou side either, playing alongside fellow superstars Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez. Neymar enjoyed himself in Catalonia and got a cool 105 goals in 186 matches. Way to go! But, and this is why people agree he is the prince who didn't become a king, he is born in a wrong era. Amazing player, perhaps the best human footballer. He was born in the era of 2 alien superstars footballers, Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. Neymar's prime time was when he was in Barcelona. He was compared with these 2 titans during his stint in Barcelona. These 2 have dominated the sport, shared 11 Ballon d'Ors between them. Neymar was without any question very good, but no better than the GOATs. Whenever they attended the ceremony, it was impossible for Neymar, let alone others, to win. Kaka is the only other footballer in the world who attended the ceremony and managed to win the award. Neymar is just another victim. He might win one in the future, we don't know. So for now, still a prince. At the young age of just 22 years, Neymar had scored 40 goals in 58 internationals and had become the 5th highest goal scorer for his national team, Brazil. Brazil beat Germany 5-4 on penalties to bring Brazil its first Olympic gold medal in men's football. Both during and prior to the tournament, he had been subjected to criticism over his conduct on and off the pitch, with several former Brazil players suggesting that he was not fit to captain the national team. He renounced the captaincy following their Olympic victory. Neymar has charmed Brazil but annoyed the whole world, wrote Brazilian newspaper O Globo after being called out by BBC Sport on his petulance and the play acting. And I quote, on 8 September 2023, Neymar became the national team's top goal scorer ahead of Pele, mimicking Pele's punch in the air goal celebration with the first of his 2 goals. Neymar stated after the games that he never imagined he would reach the record. I think we all did imagine Neymar, but I digress. Neymar starred in a post-2018 World Cup commercial where he admitted to not being able to deal with his frustrations, which contributed to 3 hat-trick while on the pitch, and promised to change for the better. Y'all football fans and critics can comment down if this is a thing. I personally don't get it, so yeah. Despite being an all-time top scorer for Brazil and one of the world's best players, Neymar is considered to have not fulfilled the expectation of him set at the beginning of his career, winning the Ballon d'Or and leading Brazil to a World Cup title. At PSG, Neymar was also expected to lead them to their first ever Champions League. During his 6-year tenure at the club, he struggled with frequent injuries that may have contributed to him not achieving more in his prime years, as he missed 119 matches. Neymar was also often criticized for his lack of professional discipline, with his desire to party and play late-night poker games showing a lack of commitment to PSG. Like images of Neymar in a fast food restaurant at the end of a night when PSG lost to Bayern Munich, Neymar defended himself saying, "It's my life. I do what I want." I mean, What do they want from this man? I still don't care. Maybe I won't, but y'all let me know in the comments. Thank you all for watching this video. Shout out to my Brazilian fans. I did this for y'all. Do you all agree that Neymar da Silva Santos is the prince who never became a king? I think he is a king in Brazil, but I digress. Adios!